Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find a position that is both sturdy and comfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable during the practice because then you'll just be worried about how your body feels during the practice, and that can be a great distraction. You also want to feel a sense of stability because it keeps you grounded in this moment. It kind of tells your body that we're here to stay. We're not about to get up and go do something. So sitting in a chair or lying down even, but sitting in informal meditation posture, achieve these two goals. So just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. Now, if you have learned to practice with your eyes closed, or you feel more comfortable closing your eyes during a meditation practice, go ahead and do so. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, go ahead and leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you, kind of looking at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at anything, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly and clearly downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze down. How do you feel right now? Tired, worried, happy, or just kind of neutral? Whatever it is, just take stock of how you are feeling, kind of emotionally and mentally. When we say, I'm doing good today, or I'm doing bad today, wherever you go to answer that question or to make that statement, go there now. How are you? And don't lie to yourself either. Be honest. Really, how are you? Just notice it. And see with how you are if there's any kind of contraction around this or any attachment around it. Say, for example, you don't feel good. And then there's also a sense of resistance to this. I wish I was better feeling. Just notice the contraction, the resistance, or even the attachment to good feelings around how you feel. And simply step back. Leave alone how you feel. Let it be there. Don't contract, don't attach. Accept how you feel exactly here and now. And notice if you're breathing as well. I'm sure you are. But bring your attention closely and intimately to the sensations of the breath. Watch this next breath go in and out. And notice how the breath and the sensations of the breath aren't involved. They're not part of this thing we say, how I feel. It just comes in and out. Completely free from your feelings, yet always present and intimate. So follow this next breath and leave alone the distractions of your mind. Remain with breathing. And I'm probably catching you in the middle of a thought right now. Notice how when you are lost in thought, the breath is lost as well. And so when you notice you're lost in thought, simply return to the breath, rising and falling. Come back. Come back to the breath. Thoughts don't need to be quiet for us to notice breathing. We notice breathing as thinking happens. Wake up. The breath is available as an anchor to this moment, an anchor to acceptance. And it is free from how we feel. Our breath isn't judgmental. It's, it isn't personal, but it's always with you. How often do you notice your breath and rather focus on your problems and your feelings? Returning to the breath is returning to your life, which is only available here and now. So breathe and completely rest. All right, you can look at the screen. You know, when we say to each other, "Hey, how you doing?" And we're all like, "Oh, I'm good. Yeah, good. Doing great." We've I feel personally that I feel like we're developing subconsciously a way to ignore or a way to not be honest about how we actually are. Because when you're going through like a really crummy time, and I know this, when I'm going through a really crummy time in my life, and somebody asks me, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm doing good. How you doing?" It's just this automatic way of saying hello. And I feel like we learn to suppress how we feel or not be honest even to ourselves how we feel. A lot of the times we feel really bad, like lonely, depressed, anxious, frustrated, and we're not honest with ourselves about it. We're like, "Oh, no, 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 I'm not like that. That's not me." So it kind of festers under the surface. And what's amazing about what we can do with this practice is that we're just looking. And when you look at how you feel, what's going on, turning the attention back towards what we're not usually paying attention to, there's a bit of humility that shows up as well because you can't not be honest about it. You may think your way out of it and say, "Oh, I feel fine." But when you really look, okay, how do I feel? There's a bit of a courage that's required to look, really look. And a lot of the times we're trying to run away from these feelings, which is why during the practice, I asked you, how do you feel? Are you running towards it? Are you trying to attach to it? Or are you running away from it? Are you contracting? Both attaching and contraction, running away, are ways of attachment. They're ways of keeping that feeling going. And they're ways of bringing about things we don't want. So, like if you're feeling good and you attach to it, the moment it leaves, what takes its place? What takes its place? Our feelings come and go. They're like these empty clouds that pass in the reflection of a mirror. But because we're so oriented towards them and we base all of what we do on them, we don't let them pass. And so they perpetuate. And we think and think and think, and they perpetuate for years even. This practice is a genuine, honest, open look at yourself. And so when you just turn and look, how am I feeling? Really? And you're honest. "Oh, this feels kind of crummy, doesn't it?" Or, "Oh, I don't feel as bad as I thought." Or, "I feel amazing. What the hell did this come from?" Just being honest allows it to move. We want our emotional life to be fluid. We don't want it to be, "I need to be happy all the time." Or, "Why am I always sad? Why am I always this?" It's like a bridge. If it's too sturdy, it breaks, it falls over in the wind. But it has a little bit of give, it's strong. And so in life, if our emotional life has this give, and we're honest about how we feel, then we can move with life as it goes. And we don't crack under things. But that emotional strength comes from looking and being honest in how we feel. And then when we return to the breath, we leave our thoughts alone about how we feel. And then we can be very strong, what they call emotionally intelligent. And it does require practice, so it's okay. Just practice. Just practice. Thank you for showing up today. And if you're new here, I post a video like this every single day. If you want to learn about meditation, but you don't want to get involved in the spiritual stuff or something weird or whatever, I am not that person. I used to be, but I'm not. So join the Attentive Mind, and I'm here to just show you you. That's all. Nothing spooky. Also, if you have any questions about what I talk about here or any comments about what I talk about here, please comment below. I answer all questions in a separate question and answer video. At this rate, it looks like I'm just doing one Q&A a month, but hopefully I can increase that frequency. But bear with me, but just ask a question if you have any questions, and I will answer them. Thank you again for your time today, and as always and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.